Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to your science class. Hope you all are doing good. So, today we will study chapter number 6 Soil. As you all know, students, that life is possible on planet Earth mainly due to some essential elements which are air, sunlight, soil, and water. Due to the presence of these four elements, it is possible that people or human being or any life form can survive on planet Earth. So in today's chapter, we will study about soil, which is among the essential elements needed for survival. And in this chapter, we will study the meaning of soil, how is soil formed, that is soil formation, what are the types of soil, what is soil erosion, and what is soil conservation. So let's begin with the meaning of soil. Soil is the topmost layer of the earth's crust and is a mixture of the biotic and abiotic components of the earth. So students, this definition tells us that soil is the topmost. Topmost means outermost layer of the earth's crust. What is earth's crust now? As you all know that our planet earth has three main layers: crust, mantle, and core. The outermost is crust and the topmost layer of this crust is known as soil. As you can see in this picture, the red line shows the crust or the outermost layer of planet earth, and the topmost layer of this crust is known as soil. Further, the definition says that soil is the mixture of biotic and abiotic components of earth. Now, what are biotic and abiotic components, students? Biotic components include all the living organisms, for example plants, animals, human beings, etc. Whereas abiotic components of earth includes all the non-living things, for example sunlight, wind, rain, rocks, etc. So we can define soil as the topmost layer of the earth's crust, which is a mixture of living and non-living components which are present on our planet Earth. Now let's come to our chapter number 6, soil. And the chapter begins with the formation of soil, meaning I have already told you. Let's study how soil is formed. We already know that soil is made up of tiny pieces of rocks that have broken down over a period of time. Let us see how soil gets formed. As we all know, students, that our planet Earth comprises of so many big rocks, and over a period of time the action of wind and heavy rain causes these big rocks to broken down into smaller pieces. Look, this is how it goes. The action of wind and rain causes big rocks to break down into smaller rocks, and these smaller rocks continues to become more and more small until a fine powder is formed, and this fine powder is known as sand. And when this fine powder or sand gets mixed with humus means dead remains of plants and animals. When this sand gets mixed with dead remains of plants and animals, the soil gets formed. So you can see, students, that formation of soil is a very long procedure. It does not take place in few days or few months or few years. It takes a lot of time, lot of years in the formation of soil. Now let's return back to our books. After the formation of soil, the last para tells us the importance of soil. Soil is also very important for life on earth. Plants grow in soil. Soil is also home to many insects and small animals such as earthworms, leeches, and snails. Green plants produce food. They also give out oxygen that we breathe. So students, in short, I can tell you the importance of soil, as soil is needed for the growth of plants, which are the main source of food on planet Earth. as directly or indirectly all the living organisms depend on plants for their food, and this plants grows in soil. So we can say that we cannot survive without soil, as there will be no plants or no food, so no survival without soil. Plus soil is also a shelter for many insects. Now let's move further to the next page, which tells us about the types of soil. So there are many types of soil depending upon the size, feel and color of the particles and how much water each of them allow to pass through. And here three main types of soil are given. First is clay, second is silt and third is sand. Now let's know the differences among these three types of soil. You can see the table. First of all, name of soil is given. Second column shows the size of particles. Third one gives the feel, and fourth one tells us about the water it allowed to pass through. Let's begin with clay. Clay is extremely fine in particles. The size of clay is very fine, very small, and when you touch clay it feels sticky and heavy when wet, and it does not allow water to pass through easily. So clay does not allow water to pass through it easily. Second comes silt. Silt is coarser than clay and smaller than sand. So it means that particles of silt are a bit bigger than clay, but they are smaller than sand. So silt comes the midway between clay and sand, and unlike clay, when you will touch silt it will feel smooth when wet. You know that clay feels sticky and heavy, but when silt is wet it will feel smooth, and it allow water to pass through a bit less than sand but more easily than clay. So it allows water to pass easily than clay but not as easily as sand allows. Next comes sand. Sand is coarser than silt. Coarser means you can say rough and big. It is big than silt. Silt is bigger than clay, which means that sand is the biggest type of soil. The particles of sand are the biggest, and when you will touch sand it feels light and dry, and it allows water to pass through easily. And students, the soil which we found in garden is also known as loam soil, and it is made up of clay, sand and humus. Humus means, yes, humus means that remains of plants and animals. So garden soil or loam soil is made up of clay, sand and humus, and plants grow very well in this type of soil. Now let's move to the next page. Then comes our topic of soil erosion. It is an important topic. You all must know about this topic, soil erosion. Now what is soil erosion? Students, the uppermost layer of the soil, which is made up of fine sand and humus, is known as topsoil, and this topsoil is very fertile. Fertile means it is very good for the growth of plants. Why? Because it is very rich in humus. Humus means dead plants and animals, and this dead plants and animals make this topsoil very fertile or suitable or good for the growth of plants. And when this topsoil is carried away by a strong wind or water, it is known as soil erosion. So soil erosion means the removal of the fertile or the topsoil by the action of wind and water. Now why does soil erosion increases? Soil erosion increases due to the cutting down of trees or by the action of strong winds and heavy rains. These all are the causes of soil erosion. Now let's move to the next topic, last topic of our chapter, that is protecting the soil. This topic tells us how we can protect our soil from erosion. So let's study. Plants get most of their nutrients from the topsoil, hence it is very important to prevent soil erosion. So students, here some points are listed which tells us how we can prevent the fertile topsoil from erosion. So let's study. First point says we should plant more trees to replace the ones that are cut down. So we should plant more and more trees, because when you plant more trees, the soil gets a kind of protection. They are not easily carried away by wind or water when they have plants or trees over them. Second point is, trees and bushes should be planted in open land so that wind does not blow away the topsoil with its force. So students, in open land, more and more trees and bushes means a small plant with lots of stems and branches, because an open land is more prone to the action of winds. So if we plant trees and bushes over there, it will protect the soil. And the third point is, water flowing at speed can easily take away a lot of topsoil. We should control the flow of rivers during floods. Dams can be built to check the flow of water in rivers. So the third point tells that when water flows at a very high speed, it carries away the top fertile soil with it. So we should prevent the flow of water at high speed. For that, we should build dams so that water can be prevented from overflowing during floods. So these are the few ways which we should implement to prevent soil from erosion, and the protection of soil from erosion is known as soil conservation. What is soil conservation? Soil conservation means to protect the soil from erosion. So students, this is all in this chapter. Hope you must have understood everything. We'll meet you on the next turn. Till then, take care, be safe, and keep learning.